Remember that feeling, walking into a burger restaurant in the 90s and actually getting excited about what you were about to eat? Here's the truth nobody's telling you. Of the 12 major burger chains operating in the UK right now, only 2 are actually worth your hard-earned money. The rest range from mediocre to downright shameful, and some of them will shock you when you see how far they've fallen. Today, we're exposing them all. From the absolute worst offenders you should avoid at all costs, to the rare few that still remember what a proper burger should taste like. 12. Wimpy. Walking into a Wimpy in 2025 feels like stepping into a time capsule. And not in a good way. This was Britain's original burger pioneer. The place your parents took you for a treat back when having a burger out was actually special. At its peak, Wimpy had over 500 locations across the UK. Today, they're clinging to life with barely 60 restaurants left. You might be thinking, surely the food's still decent, right? They've been doing this for decades. That's what makes this so heartbreaking. Customers expecting that nostalgic, juicy classic they remember are instead being served dry, rubbery patties and stale buns that taste like they've been sitting under a heat lamp since morning. One disappointed customer in Brighton tried their double cheeseburger recently. Want to know what they said? The texture of a sausage McMuffin and tasted like it had been sat there for days. That's not just bad. That's borderline offensive for a chain with this much history. But it gets worse. The chips arrive soggy. The prices have shot up to levels that would make even Waitrose blush. And the atmosphere? Stuck somewhere in 1983, right down to the faded posters and worn-out seating that nobody's bothered to replace. If you do find yourself in a Wimpy, here's my advice. Skip the burgers entirely. Maybe grab an ice cream or a milkshake. At least those are harder to mess up. Because that burger you're remembering from childhood, it's gone. And it's not coming back. 11. Byron. From hero to zero. Byron arrived on the scene in 2007 like a breath of fresh air. Finally, someone was going to do burgers properly in the UK. Quality beef, proper cooking, reasonable prices. For a few glorious years, they were the place to go for a real hamburger. Then something went terribly wrong. First came the massive overexpansion. Restaurants popping up everywhere, faster than they could maintain quality. Then came the immigration scandal in 2016 that destroyed their reputation overnight. And somewhere in that chaos, they forgot what made them special in the first place. Recent customer experiences read like horror stories. One family spent £80 on a meal. £80 for burgers. Want to know what they got? Dry, cheap burger buns with what the customer described as hot old oil with a burnt crisp, indescribable content. They literally couldn't tell if it was beef or chicken in their burger. Let that sink in for a moment. You're paying premium prices and can't identify the meat. But here's what really tells you everything you need to know about Byron's decline. Another customer reported their burger was drab, dry and below average, with meat so bland it was genuinely below taste standards. They've even started switching to smaller buns. The staff seemed defeated, overworked, understaffed, and dealing with constant complaints. One reviewer noted that every single request felt like a big chore for Byron's employees. That's not their fault. That's what happens when corporate squeezes every penny out of a once great operation. Byron used to proudly serve juicy, medium-rare burgers with a smile. Now, you're more likely to get a pathetically small, burnt burger that arrives stone cold. Unless you enjoy paying £15 for disappointment wrapped in greasy paper, give Byron a miss. The pattern's becoming clear, isn't it? These premium burger chains that promised so much have let us down spectacularly. But at number 10, we've got another fallen star that might hurt even more. Gourmet Burger Kitchen, the premium price with budget quality. Remember when GBK was the place for a proper burger? Those towering creations, thick milkshakes, creative toppings that made paying a bit extra actually feel worth it. That gourmet burger kitchen is dead. After changing owners and narrowly avoiding collapse, GBK today is a pale imitation of its former self. And your fellow Brits have noticed. Loyalty has turned to frustration, as portions have shrunk, ingredients have gotten cheaper, and prices have somehow gone up anyway. One ex-fan put it perfectly. GBK used to be the best place. Now it's overpriced and under-seasoned. Not worth it. The complaints are disturbingly consistent. Soggy chips that taste like they were cooked hours ago. Limp lettuce that's seen better days. Burgers that arrive lukewarm instead of hot. Near Bristol, one customer received what they described as almost cold, definitely overcooked, chewy, and no flavour at all, for £12. Almost half of GBK's Trustpilot reviewers now give them a rock-bottom 1-star rating. That's not a few angry customers, that's a pattern of systematic failure. You might get lucky at some locations. The milkshakes can still hit the spot when made properly. But that's the problem, isn't it? Inconsistency is now their defining feature. One branch might serve you something decent, while another hands over dry disappointment. For what they're charging, you could go to a quality pub and get a better burger, better service, and a pint to go with it. GBK's gambling that you'll pay premium prices based on their old reputation. Don't fall for it. Let's move to number 9, where London's once trendy burger darling learned the hard way that you can't expand rapidly without consequences. 9. Patty and Bun, the artisan dream that dried out. Patty and Bun rode the artisan burger wave early on with its brioche buns and secret recipe smoky mayo. The Ari Gold cheeseburger had Londoners queuing around the block. Food bloggers raved. Everyone wanted a piece of this hip new burger joint that actually seemed to understand quality. Then they expanded, and somewhere along the way, quality took a backseat to growth. A recent London customer returned after a few years away, expecting that same magic. Instead, they were stunned to find the patties are crumbly, the buns papery and dry, with toppings far less vibrant than before. It's the classic story of cost-cutting catching up with reputation. Those pillow-soft brioche buns now sometimes arrive stale. The generous portions mysteriously shrunk. The sauces that used to drench each bite in flavour either skimped on or gone entirely. Some locations still do a respectable job. The Lamshank Redemption Burger and creative vegan options like the Pamela 2.0 can earn praise when executed properly. One Brighton patron raved about how tasty the sandwiches were. Reddit threads are now devoted to lamenting the decline. What happened to it is the question former fans keep asking. The answer's pretty clear. They prioritised expansion over consistency, and now they're paying the price in customer trust. Until they right the ship, approach with caution. That £12 burger might leave you with nothing but memories of how good it used to be. Next up at number 8 is a chain everyone knows, but few seem to love anymore. The flame-grilled promise has turned into something else entirely. 8. Burger King. There was a time when a Burger King Whopper meant something. Flame-grilled, smoky, loaded with toppings, proper fast food indulgence. Those flame grill lines on the patty, they promised quality. They promised flavour. In 2025, Burger King UK often feels like the king of letdowns. Let me tell you about one customer's recent experience. They paid nearly £9 for what was supposed to be a Whopper meal. What did they get? A lukewarm coffee and exactly 13 sad fries. Yes, they counted them. 13 fries for £9. But wait, it gets worse. Remember when Gordon Ramsay's name was plastered all over that Wagyu burger? Gourmet pricing, celebrity chef endorsement, must be amazing, right? Wrong. Outraged customers found the reality laughable. Nothing like the one BK advertise. Dry bun, thin patty. A total waste of money. The real issue isn't just one bad burger, it's the systematic failure across locations. Rock-hard burnt burgers are disturbingly routine. sticky tables with that unmistakable smell of old oil hanging in the air, slow, unhelpful service from staff who've clearly given up. Speaking of global giants losing their shine, at number 7 we've got the most ubiquitous name in fast food, and even they're showing serious cracks. 7. McDonald's, the golden arches losing their shine. While McDonald's remains a go-to for a quick fix, serious quality control issues have emerged recently. The burgers themselves? Many customers say they're not what they remember. One UK customer sparked a massive discussion by claiming, "Every single time I have a McDonald's beef burger in the past year, I bite into hard lumps or bits of gristle in a Big Mac. That's not supposed to happen at the world's largest burger chain." This wasn't isolated. Others chimed in with similar experiences, suspecting cost-cutting in meat sourcing. Same customer noted how prices have climbed while meat quality decreased, calling out high price and horrible quality as the new norm. Beyond the food, customer service and cleanliness at many locations have gone downhill. Overflowing bins, sticky tables, or waiting 15 minutes for a simple order, even when it's not rush hour. Orders consistently wrong, ice cream machines eternally broken. The legendary fries can be hit or miss now, piping hot and salty one visit, pale and lukewarm the next. In fairness, McDonald's still has its positives. It's everywhere, it's open late, and smart customers use the app for deals. The Monday £1.99 Big Mac promos are lifesavers. UK students even create menu hacks like the McGangbang, sandwiching a mayo chicken inside a double cheeseburger for under £3. But here's the brutal truth one Brit put it. "I've never had a McDonald's and thought that was great. We keep going for convenience, nostalgia, and hope that maybe this time the fries will be fresh." 6. Wendy's, the American return that fell flat. When Wendy's announced its return to UK soil after 2 decades, British burger fans got excited. Square patties, the legendary Baconator. We were ready to eat great, even late, all over again. Unfortunately, Wendy's UK reboot since 2021 has been a mixed bag, leaning heavily toward disappointing. Early visitors found themselves underwhelmed by what's essentially a standard fast food experience with premium pricing. One first-timer in Britain gave this blunt assessment. The burger was disappointing. It was small, smaller in diameter than a McDonald's cheeseburger. The meat was tasty, but had no char at all. It was grey. The bread was claggy. Grey meat, claggy bread. That's a far cry from the juicy, hot-off-the-grill image Wendy's promotes. Even the famous chili got panned by the same customer as more like soup, bits of mince floating around, zero spice. Nothing like the hearty American chili they expected. The Wendy's UK menu does bring some US favourites, the Baconator, Frosty Shakes, and to be fair, some folks enjoy them. But common complaints include high prices rivaling Five Guys, confusing self-order kiosks, and inconsistent quality between branches. One Reddit user in Portsmouth summed it up perfectly. Better than McDonald's, not as good as 7 Bone. Firmly middle of the pack. Wendy's does offer something different. The square burgers do have a nice sear when done right, and items like the spicy chicken sandwich and frosty dessert have their fans. But as of 2024, Wendy's hasn't wowed the UK the way it hoped. Until they enlarge portions and iron out service issues, it remains a novelty act, worth a try for the curious, but not yet a serious contender. At number 5, we've got an American import that came with massive hype and a premium price tag. The question is, does it deliver? 5. Shake Shack. Premium prices, middling results. Shake Shack made its name in New York with legendary Shack burgers. When it landed in London, the hype was off the charts. For a while, it delivered. Delicious smashed patties in soft potato buns, crunchy crinkle-cut fries, velvety frozen custard. A decade on, Shake Shack's UK presence elicits very mixed emotions. When Shake Shack is on form, the burgers are genuinely tasty. The meat's high quality, the Shack sauce tangy, and the shroom burger is a hit with vegetarians. Now, the reality check. Many customers are put off by poorly made and small portion burgers for high prices. One frustrated Londoner wrote that the burgers were so undersized and mediocre that McDonald's is 100% better and much cheaper. Ouch. Complaints of slow service abound. It's not uncommon to wait 15 minutes for a simple order, even during off-peak hours. And if your food sits a few extra minutes, those famously soft buns turn to mush. People also report wild inconsistency. At Victoria Station, you might get a hot, picture-perfect burger, whereas at another branch, the burger arrives cold and the fries lukewarm and undersalted. Speaking of fries, Shake Shack's crinkle fries divide opinion. Some love the crisp ridges. Others say they taste like bland oven chips when not cooked well. Then there's the price. A Shack burger, fries and shake will cost you the better part of £20. And that's with a single patty. If you do indulge, ask for bacon and pickled chili added to recreate a quasi-smokestack-style burger. It jazzes up the standard cheeseburger. Ultimately, Shake Shack sits in a weird spot. It's fast food that costs as much as casual dining. When everything's perfect, it feels worth it. But too often lately, Brits find themselves thinking they paid artisan prices for McDonald's-level meal. Unless you're a die-hard Shack fan, you're probably better off going to a local upmarket burger joint for the same money. Things improve slightly at number 4, where a homegrown hero still fights to maintain quality despite expansion challenges. 4. Honest Burgers, the homegrown hope, showing cracks. For years, Honest Burgers has been a bright spot in the UK burger scene. This homegrown chain built its reputation on simple but superb beef patties made in-house from British beef, brilliantly seasoned rosemary chips, and a no-nonsense menu of burgers named after London neighbourhoods. Honest was the antidote to fast food mediocrity. A place where you could count on a properly cooked medium-rare burger with actual flavour. Lately, however, even Honest Burgers has shown some cracks, especially as it expanded to nearly 40 locations across the UK. When it's good, it's still really good. The signature Honest Burger, with beef, cheddar, smoked bacon and red onion relish, can hit that perfect balance of juicy meat, sweet savoury relish, and crunch from fresh lettuce. But some customers have reported inconsistencies. One longtime fan sadly noted, "It's not the worst burger I've eaten, but certainly wasn't the best. The burger was dry and pretty tasteless. Honest used to pride itself on patties so flavourful you'd eat them plain." Others complain that the once-famous rosemary chips can arrive dry, lukewarm and undersalted if you catch a bad day. Service quality has also wavered. Some locations keep the friendly indie vibe. Others have issues from allergen requests being ignored to staff being apathetic. A particularly upset reviewer in Wimbledon compared the new Honest unfavourably to the Gourmet burger kitchen it replaced, calling their meal a dog's dinner, pathetically small, burnt burger, with subpar chips. On the flip side, many Honest Burgers outlets still delight customers. They still do awesome monthly specials in collaboration with local chefs or using regional cheeses. And those rosemary-salted chips, when fresh, remain some of the best fries you'll get with a burger. Coping strategy? Go at a moderately busy time and don't be shy about sending back an overcooked burger. They'll usually remake it without fuss. Honest Burgers is still one of the better UK chains, but it's not quite as flawless as it once was. Generally worth it, but with tempered expectations. We've finally reached the top 3. These are the burger chains that actually deliver on their promises. At number 3, we've got a regional powerhouse bringing proper indulgence. Fat Hippo. If you live in London or the north of England, you may have encountered Fat Hippo. This regional chain from Newcastle has been making big, messy waves for 13 years. Their motto? Good old-fashioned, roll up your sleeves and get it all over your face burgers. And boy, do they deliver on that promise. A typical Fat Hippo creation is a skyscraper of beef or fried chicken, often double-stacked, loaded with indulgent toppings like chorizo, onion rings, peanut butter, or bacon jam. One look and you know you're in for a cheat meal. So why isn't Fat Hippo a nationwide household name yet? Mainly because with big ambition can come some inconsistency. Some diners report overly greasy experiences or under-seasoned elements. But for many, that's the appeal. Fat Hippo doesn't aim for refinement. It prides itself on feeding you messy food. And sometimes that means a trade-off in presentation or subtlety. Importantly, portion sizes are generous. Their fries come in big portions, and you can get them topped with goodies if you like. They also have surprisingly good vegan options that mirror the decadence of their beef burgers. Value-wise, a burger and fries around £14–15 isn't cheap, but you will be full. Pro tip, come hungry or consider splitting a burger and a side, because these burgers can be huge. Fat Hippo also often runs student discounts or weekday deals in university cities. If you're near one of their locations and in the mood to get messy, Fat Hippo can be a seriously satisfying experience. Just maybe keep some napkins or wet wipes handy. At number 2, we've got the American chain that actually lives up to its reputation. Expensive? Yes. Worth it? Let's find out. 2. Five Guys. The premium price with premium quality. Surprised? You shouldn't be. Five Guys has earned near-legendary status among UK burger fans, and despite constant grumbling about prices, it's one of the very few chains that consistently delivers. Walk into any Five Guys across the UK and you'll witness the same ritual. Fresh meat patties sizzling on the griddle, an array of 15+ free toppings ready to pile on, and bags of peanuts to munch while you wait. And then there are the fries. Five Guys fries fried in peanut oil come in absurdly generous portions. A regular is often enough to feed 2 or 3 people. They're famously served overflowing in the bag, piping hot. You can opt for Cajun seasoning to spice things up. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. There's no denying Five Guys is expensive. A bacon cheeseburger, fries and shake can push £20. Detractors say it's not worth double or triple a McDonald's meal. Fans argue you're paying for a far superior product, more akin to a restaurant burger. Where Five Guys shines is consistency. Even on their off days, the core product remains solid. There's no mystery meat, no micro patties hidden under lettuce. What you get is fresh, made to order, and generously portioned. Want to save a bit? Order a little cheeseburger, single patty. It's filling enough for many and a few quid cheaper. Or share one large fries among a group. Ultimately, Five Guys succeeds because it cares about burger fundamentals. It hasn't compromised on quality as it expanded. They still use fresh patties, never frozen, fresh-cut potatoes, real ice cream in shakes. Is it the cheapest burger around? Absolutely not. But you get what you pay for. And at Five Guys, you get a burger that's actually worth it when you crave the real deal. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 burger chain in the UK. The rare place that's actually worth your money. Oowee. If you haven't heard of it yet, pay attention. This Bristol-born burger phenomenon is relatively new on the national scene, but it's making huge waves. Oowee started as a tiny indie diner known for ridiculously decadent burgers. Crispy fried chicken drizzled in buffalo sauce, beef patties with peanut butter and bacon jam, loaded dirty fries. It quickly gained cult status locally for its unapologetically messy and delicious creations. And here's the twist. Oowee then launched Oowee Vegan, a fully plant-based spin-off that's so good it won over carnivores and earned the title of Deliveroo's Best Vegan Restaurant of the Year in the UK. In other words, Oowee mastered both sides of the burger coin and nailed them both. Let's talk about why Oowee is special. The flavor is simply on another level. Fans rave that offerings are the kind that, hands down, best junk food I've ever eaten. I think about it constantly. Take the peanut butter bacon burger from the original Oowee diner in Bristol. It sounds crazy, but that salty-sweet combo of beef, melted peanut butter, bacon jam, American cheese and crispy onions had one reviewer proclaiming it the best burger I've had ever. Oowee doesn't do subtle. It's about big, punchy comfort food that leaves a lasting impression. On the vegan front, Oowee Vegan's menu is a revelation. They offer plant-based versions of fried chicken burgers, beefy burgers, and loaded sides that mimic the decadence of their regular menu. Many vegan eateries try to be healthy or understated. Not Oowee. Here, a vegan Big Ooweef burger or a sneaky clucker made with plant-based fried chicken comes slathered in sauces and overflowing with toppings, delivering that guilty pleasure factor without the meat. It's attracted a whole new audience. Even non-vegans line up because it's simply delicious food that happens to be vegan. Consistency and quality have been key. Oowee now has the original diner plus 5 vegan branches across Bristol, London and Brighton. They've kept standards impressively high. In terms of value, Oowee isn't cheap, roughly £10 to £12 for a burger, but you absolutely get what you pay for in portion and quality. The chain has inspired loyalty that borders on fanatic. Folks will travel far out of their way to get an Oowee fix. Social media is filled with drool-worthy pics that go viral among UK foodies. Unlike the big corporate chains, Oowee engages with its community. Limited specials, collabs, and a clear passion for what they do. So whether you're a meat lover craving next-level indulgence, get the dirty double burger and thank us later. Or a vegan who misses proper junk food, the Thundercluck vegan chicken burger will blow your mind. Oowee has you covered. This is the rare case of a viral food sensation that actually lives up to its reputation. For consistently delivering insane flavor and a fresh twist in a stagnant landscape, Oowee is without question actually worth it. It's the delicious future of UK burger culture, and it's here now, bringing back that magical, excited feeling we thought we'd lost. Which one surprised you the most? Drop your experience in the comments, and if you want to watch a video like this one, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching.